Yes, sir! Question of the day. What do you guys think about Carver and Kruger being added to the Warmachine app, the rules and all that stuff? Hey guys, this is Will.
It's Sheldon.
Today we got a 100-point battle report playing on Battle Lines. I'll be playing Dragon's Host, Anamag, with a Blightbringer and a bunch of ogres.
I'll be playing Dusk with a lot of Dreadguard and a splash of Void Engine and Soulless stuff.
So we actually played two of these back to back. This is the second game. And if I remember correctly,
I like the
I
first
won the
game
roll
a lot.
off.
I like the first game.
But yeah, I win the roll off. I run, standard turn one stuff. I'm gonna run my stuff up the board as far as I can get. Try and take up as much board space as possible. I have the Warspears pray your Dreadguard Slayers are in the middle of the board. And I believe you tagged my unit of Warmongers and the Chosen with your two units of Cav.
Yeah, I got my two. Yep.
And Chosen are up on the top side of the screen here. But yeah, I'm just eating up board space with all my guys. I'm not too worried about the ranged threat, but I'm also trying to keep stuff within range of the Blightbringer for the buffs.
Yeah, I don't have much of a range threat.
Right, you have the archers down there on the bottom side, so it's kind of how I'm positioning. I'm spending a little time positioning the Warmongers there. But standard stuff, I throw up Bond of Gristle and Bone on the Warmongers because I'm not really worried about the Chosen. As we're gonna see here over the first couple turns, me and you play a little game of back and forth, footsie between the Chosen and the Dreadguard Cav.
Yeah, that was fun. Trying to out threat each other without letting the other one charge you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had a couple discussions about the game and the matchup since we played these two games, and one of those things is are very similar threat ranges.
Yeah, they're so similar that it's hard for one to get over the other one.
The primary thing is the Chosen versus Dreadguard Cav, because the Dreadguard Cav I think have 1 inch over the Chosen.
Yeah, I have a 2-inch weapon.
So the Chosen also have a 2-inch weapon, but I think you guys are speed 9.
Speed 8. Speed 8.
Oh, they're speed 8 as well?
Yeah.
Oh, then. Oh, no, the Chosen are only speed 7. That's why.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, so. But because I got to go first, I kind of got to, dictate a little more as far as, because I was able to put the Chosen so far up, it means that the Cav couldn't go as far up the board, and it gave me room to kind of fall back a little bit without giving up the scenario space.
Yeah, so it kind of doesn't let me move up the board as far as I would like. So you see me moving a couple things up. I cast Escort, so I can get some movement shenanigans on my Eidolon and Israfil. Measuring out the threat ranges for this footsie battle on top. Yeah, so looking back at my Eidolon placement here, because I didn't take into effect your, what was it, Gallows?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I didn't take that into account.
I know it was something that we had discussed during the first game.
The first game we talked about it, not during the second game. I totally forgot about it. So
yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm definitely not trying to play gotcha, but I'm also
Yeah.
not gonna hold your hand and remind you of Gallows every time you move a model.
Yeah. I don't think it was that big of a deal because it kind of lets you come forward for something. So, in a way, it's kind of like a bait, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a way bigger trade in my favor.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because that Eidolon in the first game traded for your Gargantuan, which was crazy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, well, this game though, I think I lose a couple. I think I lose a couple of the Rotwings in exchange, and those are
that's well worth. Yeah,
6 points for the whole unit.
Yeah.
Going back and talking about the terrain here a little bit, that fountain that I was just measuring over and bumping a little bit, is we decided was just going to be like open water or shallow water, not a line of sight blocker or anything like that.
We've played so much with that fountain.
it's an original for us.
It's it's
all right. So here's where we're talking about that Gallows Sheldon was just bringing up a few moments ago.
Mm-hmm.
So Anamag peeks out from behind the Blightbringer, between Ammok giving the +2 range, and I believe the Arcane Forces card.
Yeah, you dropped Arcane Forces.
I pull a Gallows in. I think I boost attack and damage, because I want to try and get at least 1 damage point on it before the birds go in to proc finisher. So the birds go in, get a bunch of charge attacks to soften it up. And looks like I get through maybe about half of the boxes with the Rotwings, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then from there, we get some repos from the birds coming up. And I'm just going to use that to, do a little annoying engaging to, force you to, maybe make some not optimal activation order choices.
Yeah, those birds stayed there the rest of the game. At least one of them did.
Oh yeah, the two over by the house. I believe you kill one of the two, and
then the other one ran away and just held that point. Yeah.
Went and held that point. So, because you snapped your flag to the house, and I snapped my flag to this hill, where all the ogres are standing on.
Yep.
But from there, Golab goes over the fountain, puts in work to kill the Eidolon, right? And
then goes right back.
Lightning strikes to sprint back behind the fountain.
What a pain. What a pain.
Next, I go with the Blightbringer. I throw a shot into your unit of Soulless guys and clear out a bunch of them with the blast damage. AoE 4 on the Blightbringer.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Pretty good.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Actually, so I think this is my probably my third time playing the Blightbringer since Mark IV. And I will say my first 2 games, at least definitely my first game. I was pretty disappointed because I just lost it immediately without really doing anything.
Wait, wasn't that the game we played?
Yes, I believe it was a game that we played. Yeah. So I clear out a good number of those Soulless guys. You drop some whites down. Now I'm over here trying to adjust my ogres, the Warspears, and the Warmongers to stay out of the threat ranges of your guys and still maintain.
I was curious why you didn't go in here. Was I out of range?
As far as what?
Like, move closer. You were just
Well,
trying to stay out of my ranges?
So I was I think we've talked. I don't know if we talked about this on the channel, but I know that as as friends and players, whenever we talk about Warmachine, I think I've brought this up a couple times that I feel like we often find ourselves playing an aggressive game when we don't need to. So here I was trying to actively play more conservatively and play a longer, slower game. So to me, it was like, okay, cool, I could take this heavy for free, and then besides that, by me I have no reason to go in on this turn, right? It's top of 2.
Sure.
Anything that I move forward is just gonna die and not get any value from scoring, because you're gonna kill it before first turn of scoring happens.
It's true.
So that's kind of the thought there. Yeah, I mean, I could have probably moved up the Warspears and thrown some spears at some stuff, but I believe you kept the Slayers, which was my prey target, out of range.
Yep.
And besides that, those whites, I think Ammok was not in range to make them not incorporeal, which was a nice little interaction for me to have for this match.
Yeah, a lot of the interaction here is in, I think, your favor.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to the just the idea of the matchup, I'm playing a little bit. My list is a little more on the for fun side, just because I'm playing stuff that I want to play for the sake of playing it. Like the Warspears, I know they're not widely considered that great, but I just wanted to throw them down on the table because I painted them. I think they're cool. But I think a more competitively angled list would probably be dropping those Warspears for a second unit of Chosen. Maybe a Seraph, or finding space somewhere in the list to get a Seraph and fit it into the list. Because the Seraph really would turn this match into a way harder match for you.
Oh yeah.
Because then I'm out threatening you everywhere, basically.
Everywhere. Yeah. So I gotta have to decide where my engagement's gonna be on this turn. Will didn't move up and really give me anything, so I kind of had to move in with the range a little bit to put some pressure on him. I believe I tried to kiss a Lilith and missed, so that was fun.
I believe you missed, but I also had the Harrier sitting there ready to shield guard the kiss of Lilith.
Yeah. So I started just taking shots at him. Might as well. And then I moved the cats all the way across the table to hit these. The what? The Rotwings?
Yeah, the Blighted Rotwings.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
The cats can threat so far and just move all the way across the table back to the other side. So going over there. And since he didn't really move in on scoring turn, I kind of just got to control the middle zone there. Alright, yeah, the Void Engine, well, at least I did. I figured out that apparently I was doing it wrong. I read it to where I couldn't boost any of my attacks. But instead, I had reload, 4?
3. Yeah, so during the game,
I think it's going back and looking at the numbers of it. If I just boosted, then I would have done more damage.
Yeah, when we talked about it after the game and realized the mistake, we were like, 4 shots would be really good, but
it would be really good.
Ultimately, in this match, it probably would have been better for you if you had been spending those power tokens to boost instead of buying more attacks.
Instead of just buying more attacks, yeah.
Right, because you're shooting into.
I moved up and shot and did nothing. So it didn't really do much. So I mean, at this point, it's just kind of sitting there and making rights. White. So that's just kind of clearing out the pain.
Yeah, that is the
birds,
Rotwings.
the little birds that came flying across the board at me.
Yeah, and here's where you get yourself set up to score both of these middle zones.
Yep. Yeah, I think like taking the middle, since you didn't go to the middle of the board at all and allowed me to take it and control it. I don't know. I feel like you should have put something there. You know. I
Yeah,
guess
I suppose. I just
yeah.
like it's
Because you
kind of
went
hard.
in, you went in with one thing. Why not let me fight for the middle? You know. Because you went in with one thing, you might as well back them up.
Well, I mean right, but like
I don't know.
the Rotwings, like I was, I was okay with losing the Rotwings because I traded your heavy for the Rotwings.
Yeah.
And like to me, like you having to come to me and like I just felt like you coming to me put me in a better position because like if you dedicate stuff to scoring and getting put onto the putting models onto the scenario, that's more stuff that I get to take before you've touched really anything on my side of the board.
Yeah, it's true.
And
but then I'm up on scenario at that point.
right, but like spoilers for the rest of the game. Like I actually end up being able to, I crawl the scenario back in my favor pretty quickly.
It's true. It's true.
It's really just that this turn I spend a lot of time on. And,
yeah,
and
you were in the tank for a while on this one.
Yeah, I think that because what you end up doing at the end of that turn there, where you push all your guys into my face, basically, really forces me to make some really tough order of activation decisions as far as, okay, what am I going to kill with what? In what order am I going to do that? Right, like.
And me kind of trying to be on the back foot because I lost a jack already. I kind of had to make that like play to force you to do something.
Right, exactly. So I'm sitting here going, somewhere. Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I want the Warspears to be able to attack the Dreadguard Slayers. That's their prey target, right? But I got some whites and one of those Cav guys in my face. So how am I going to kill that? And I'm also looking at, the whites are engaging some of those Warmongers. The Warmongers, I kind of want to get over to that house on the bottom side where the Void Engine is, clear out the archers, and keep you from contesting more on the scenario there. Here is where that interaction really comes in handy, as far as Ammok and the non-incorporeal aura, because I'm able to clear out these whites with the Harrier.
Yes.
Which you normally are not seeing as a combat piece. But luckily, those guys are, one box armor 11 or something, right? Like, or armor 13.
They're 12-12.
Oh, 12-12, that's what it is.
12-12 one box.
I'm praying a little bit on the to hit rolls, but
yeah.
But being able to take both of them out with just the Harrier, which frees up the Warmongers.
And didn't you feed this turn too?
Oh yeah. So
So feeding doesn't let me use Hazaroth as effective as he can.
Yeah.
Because I could have just kept the whites there by spending a focus.
Stay death. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but pop feet. So Anamag has, well, Oh, you could have stay death the whites because I believe it only affects warrior models. The grievous wounds, dark shroud
Oh, really?
effect. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so I think you could have, but I don't know if they were in range.
10 inches.
10 inches. Yeah, it looks a little past.
It's
there.
close. I don't know. It's close.
It's
But
close.
either way,
yeah.
either way.
Yeah. So
But yeah, you ignore my tough and you ignore my stay death. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Eat through everything.
Little rough for feet turn. I mean, even without feet, similar to Israfel, Golab has entropic force. So
Yeah.
so I could get that where I needed it to. It would have caused some order of activation changes, definitely, but yeah. So here's one of my misplays this turn. In that the I don't get close enough to that
the void engine.
Yeah, to the void engine and stuff to keep you from scoring that point right there. And I think that point is like integral to me like winning the game. Like in hindsight, I think that point would have changed the outcome of the game probably.
Yeah. Because I don't remember even putting anything over there after that.
Yeah, so I pulled a Blightbringer out to see if I can get it to attack this cav model without moving the Warspears first, but I'm just out of 2 inches. The Warspears are blocking him up from getting into melee to kill the cav so that the Warspears can do their thing without being engaged.
But no tactician here, huh?
Yeah. I think that's probably my number one request for Dragon Toast. Just give me a tactician somewhere, man.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be really good to have a tactician.
Yeah,
I think it would be it'd be a lot easier for a lot of things.
It's like, I don't know, because like I want to play a game of waves where like I have the Warmongers up first with the Warspears behind them.
Yeah.
But like the Warspears can't move through the Warmongers to fire before the Warmongers charge. Then once the Warmongers charge, the Warspears can't shoot because the stuff that they're, is engaged. So,
yep.
So, I guess I could play the other way where I have the Warspears in the front and the Warmongers behind them. And the Warspears do have set defense, which helps a little bit, but I think we're back to the Blightbringer over here. I think I shoot at your what are they, the Seekers?
Yeah, the
support
Seekers
unit.
Yeah.
And you shield guard over to the unit.
Get my whites out there.
You shield guard over to the Solus unit, so I clear that out. And drop some. I drop the rest of the Solus unit. I think I might drop one of those Seeker guys. I think.
Yeah, one of them. I still had 2 left. Which I really want to get them into melee at some point. Because they're not like the worst.
Right.
But they always feel like they're like a choir unit or a unit.
Here's where I decide that the Chosen are going in on the Dreadguard Slayers so that I can pull prey off of the Slayers and put it onto the Cav. So Chosen go in on the charge between Grievous Wounds, Dark Shroud.
Yeah, there's a lot stacked on there.
Carnage. I'm never like this list is I'm never missing, right? Like Chosen.
Yeah, what do you get it up to? Like Matt what?
Yeah,
10, 11?
They're they're Mat 7 baseline. They have boosted attack rolls on the charge because they're cavalry. They get +1 from the War Chief. They get +2 from Carnage. So we're looking at Mat 10. If Gorag's nearby, they're Mat 12.
Matt, ridiculous.
Yeah, and then between Dark Shroud, the effective +2 on their damage roll, they got Brutal Charge. So that brings up to POW 17. Within range of the Blightbringer, brings it to 19. So they're never missing and doing infinite damage. So the Chosen clean up those Slayers, no problem. I do some repositioning to kind of box in Israfel and also put myself in position for the two the two objectives in the center of the board. And now the Warspears are free to go and not have to and effectively use prey into the Dreadguard cavalry. So I make some melees and some range into that front guy until he's dead, and then start throwing spears at the other cav.
Where does because I know, what is it, Golab?
Yeah.
He gets across the board. Oh, here he goes. Never mind.
Yeah, here he goes.
I was like, wait a minute, he
Yep.
comes in, doesn't he? Yeah, there he is.
Nice 11-inch charge to the backside of Israfel, which was super close.
Yeah, it was.
It was super close.
You almost blocked your own line of sight there.
Yeah.
Like, you boxed him in on purpose, but you almost boxed him off.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really boxing him in on purpose. It was more just trying to get the Chosen in position to score both of the objectives.
Both points in the middle.
Yeah, both of the points, and then after that, going, ooh, did I just screw myself on Golab? But we had a little tiny bit of an angle.
Little angle.
I end up not taking out Israfel, but I kill something else, so I'm still able to proc Lightning Strike.
Yeah, you killed
this side.
You killed the last cav.
Yeah, the last cav.
Which I was surprised you didn't kill the last cav with the prey range attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was close.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah, I think you were on like 1 or 2 boxes, so I knew I'd be able to kill it with Golab without a problem.
Mm-hmm. So back over to my turn. I lost a lot of stuff that turn. There's not much left.
Yeah.
I got my cav over there in the corner. I got the Void Engine. I got Israfel, and I got Hazaroth, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole team right there.
Right, and here's where I'm talking about. You got those 2 free VPs, in the middle.
Yeah. But you didn't get them.
Yeah, right. But now this turn, I go up, a lot of points.
Yeah, you got the one all the way off to the side in the flank over there. You got the one in the back. Not gonna do anything about that.
Yeah, so all the way towards the top, I got the War Chief holding it down. He's slightly out of range of the cav while still scoring that top objective.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm pretty sure. Okay, you can have the top. If I take this middle back, I get more points.
Right. Well, I don't know. It's kind of even because the top is 2 points between the house and that 30mm objective, and then the middle is 2 points between the two 40mm objectives.
So if I can contest the house and take the middle, right? I get 2 points there. I stop you from having that, and you only get the 1 point. And if I contest the bottom somehow, but yeah, as long as I stay within 3 of yours, I believe I can attrition this out. So trying to do that is the problem. I'm trying to spread myself super thin to contest all of these points because you are completely outnumbering me now. So I have to swing out of my weight class to try to even these odds.
Yeah, I mean, what's it called? Post post this turn, I think my next turn I have a little bit of time, but
Yeah,
like
at this
that
point you
feat
don't have a
turn,
lot of time at all.
that feat turn, and me figuring out the order of activations really eats up a lot of clock for me.
Yeah, there was a lot
And
of clock gone.
I think that clock time really is what ultimately loses me the game.
Yes, yeah.
Because
I think I had 30 minutes to your 2 minutes on
no,
this turn.
I think I had maybe like I think I have one more turn where I have like enough time to do some stuff, but I only have like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then it gets down to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't have any time left, and I have to like play the move like 2 models slap clock.
Yeah. Which, I mean, me having a lot more time than you lets me actually do stuff.
Which that's what's allowing you to try and play the attrition back into this.
Yeah, it's the clock. Because I saw the clock. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So
if I have the clock time, you're done.
Yeah, it's over. But yeah, so Hazaroth has to get in there and do something.
Yeah, I think you end up dropping like your whole stack trying to kill
like 2 dudes, and it didn't happen. Dudes. I was so confused. Yeah. They were like, come on, Hazaroth, come on. Yeah. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was rough.
What's it called? I think I rolled a couple like triple ones or double ones, and it just
we had
happen.
some. Yeah, you definitely had some bad dice on this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're evening up the board pretty well for how few models you have.
Yeah, there's not much left for me.
Yeah.
I kind of have to give up some VP somewhere. I can't contest it all.
Right. So, yeah, but so what I was saying kind of before was, that because I believe my last, when we get to the last turn, I was like 1 VP away from being in a situation where you couldn't have scored enough points to.
Yeah. On the last turn, I couldn't score anything, so I had to do something drastic
to keep me from being up 3 at the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another thing calling back to the tactician is especially with the the newer steamroller packet and the amount of terrain placement on the board, playing a huge base and no tactician
is very hard.
Rough.
Yeah.
Because the Blightbringer is just chilling back there like, well, I can't move because
all my guys are in the way.
Yeah, because all my own guys are in the way, and there's no place for me to land. Like,
so funny.
But he was putting in work, making his shots. Because I think we kind of skipped over it, or maybe it was during the first game that that we played, that the Slayers were down by the house.
Oh, and they just decapitated Golab? I remember that.
Yeah. That was the first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the first game. Yeah, so like you were running out of clock here.
Yeah, here's where I start rolling this out on the Cav.
Did you realize how low you on clock you were at that point?
I don't think I had looked at clock until this point.
Oh jeez. Because I was watching it, I kept an eye out. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because
so you killed one dude and then hit clock. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you moved your guys over there to start getting those points on the side.
Yeah, so I have a shepherd and the bird on the back side of the house that you can barely see the wing poking out of. So they're scoring that house. I got the other shepherd, set up by the 30 millimeter on the top, so I'm scoring that. you're set up with the house,
On the
the 30
bottom,
millimeter
yeah.
behind the house over
Mhm.
there, and we're duking out in the middle for these 40 millimeters.
Yeah, there's a lot
This
going
turn,
on in the middle.
and this turn, I still have the hill on my side, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm scoring 3 to your 1 every turn essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the clock,
It gives me more
I
time to
just
actually fight
gives
through
you the
this.
time to chew through all this meat.
All the meat.
Yeah, I mean I really like this is it's I kind of facetiously call this list kind of brainless because you're Matt Infinite basically. I jokingly say Matt Infinite whenever I roll the hit because in almost every situation, I'm rolling not double ones to hit.
Yeah.
You hit like a truck. Most of the stuff is really, pretty high armor and high boxes. The ogres are, unyielding, and then with Bond of Gristle and Bone, and then the Blightbringer buff. Like in melee, they're armed 22, 8 boxes.
Yeah. Jeez. So ridiculous. Yeah, so here I have to drop like half my stack on Hazaroth to kill this one dude. And then I overtake, hit the other guy. Try to take him out.
Yep.
I don't think I do though.
He's being a trooper. Yeah, because he ends up walking down to the house to contest.
Yeah, you left me a very good spot between all three of these, where I can hit
yeah.
all three with Israfil.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't really much I could do about it, though.
There wasn't much. You had to like hit the clock before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was deciding who I want to actually hit. I decided on the stone guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, no more of this incorporeal nonsense.
Yeah.
Even though you got no whites left.
Yeah, no whites left there.
I think you picked him because he's like easier to kill than the other guys.
Yeah.
He's got less boxes, less armor.
Yeah. So did you guys catch that? That was Will's turn. That was it.
Yep. I pushed some stuff and I passed clock. I think I had 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so now I'm down 3. I have to kill this big thing that's on these 2 zones here.
Yeah, this is
stopping me from getting the zones.
Yeah, Sheldon kind of decides that
it needs to happen now.
Yeah,
I need to do something.
Yeah, so he decides he's gonna we were like playing a little loose here because there was some funny business with the clock, and I think I had a couple extra seconds because of
scoring and trying to decide what scores and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so
you had a couple seconds on there.
So we say we had a couple. I would have had a couple more seconds to try and properly block Anamag behind the Blightbringer. Not that it really helps.
No, I had the threat range on the cats and Israfil is a little too much. They just kind of walk around everything if you try to block them. So yeah, seeing the VP, I was like, all right, well, I can't contest all of these. There's too much stuff. Let's just end this game. So I'll walk up and try to burn all of this fury that she had.
Yeah, Anamag sitting on a full stack.
Full stack. I tried to burn it all with the cats. Burn it all with Israfil, which I'm pretty sure I burned it all, right?
Oh yeah, you got to the point where you burned through all of it. I think I still had 1 transfer left, 1 or 2 transfers left.
Yeah, but you transferred them all out to everybody.
Yeah, I think you have some misses on the cats too, which which
yeah,
helped.
that helped.
Yeah, but I end up with 2 Fury left by the time you burn through the Blightbringer health.
Yep.
And I transfer 1 more to the Harrier, which knocks it out. And you know,
And that's
taking the
it.
game on the assassination there.
There it is. That was a good game one.
It was a good game.
Clock killed you on that one.
It really did. You forced me some tough decisions.